What if the champion had to fight their number 15 contender? Today I'm going to go through every division in the UFC, look at the champion and ask the question, what if they had to defend their belt against the number 15 guy in the world? That's right, Dricus, you're not fighting Hunted anymore, you're fighting number 15. Sorry, Pantoja, no more Kai Kara France matchup. You're fighting the number 15 guy in the world. And we're going to see which champions can retain their belt and which champions get upset by a sneaky little underdog just hiding down at number 15. I think it's a cool, fun idea to wrap our head around. I reckon it's a fun little idea. So, yep. And we'll start with the heavyweights. Tommy Aspinall, obviously the champion. We'll forget about John Jones. And obviously, I didn't look at the rankings before I came up with this idea. But who would... I've just given it away. Martin Buday, Tom Aspinall, what if he had to defend his belt against number 15 in the world? As you can see here, a little bit down here, Martin Buday, there he is. Don't know how he got there, but he's there. We just missed out on a Taliesin matchup, or even friend on foe, Mick Parkin, fighting his teammate. But no, Martin Buday, didn't realise his nickname was Baddies. Oh gosh. But yeah, what would Tom Aspinall do to Martin Buday? Well, you tell me. Probably kill him. Probably kill him in 30 seconds. An easy blowout for Tom Aspinall, but to be fair, he would have probably murked anyone in this spot. So is it that bad? But yeah, not the funnest thing to get your head around. Martin Buday versus Tom Aspinall, the number 15 guy in the world, he kills him. He kills him 30 seconds, 40, 20, I don't know, does what he wants. Bad is Martin Buday. 15-2, a very reputable record, actually a little bit better than Tom Aspinall's himself, but yeah, gets murked. All right, but moving down to Magomed. Now it gets a little bit more fun. Magomed Ankalaev versus the number 15 guy in the world? Well, I don't know what happens with him and Alonzo Many. Damn it. Yeah, not swing and a miss again. Unfortunately, we missed out on a couple good ones that we could have got. As you can see, I might be in the way here. Right at the bottom, Alonzo, Bogdan, Zhang, Azamat. So we're right off the tip. Don't know how Alonzo Manyfield got into the top 15, but what would Magomed do to him? He'd probably murk him as well, yeah. Get him out of there by KO, I'd say. But to be honest, there's not a lot of guys in the top 15 that I would trust to beat Magomed anyways. He's really good. But it would have been fun like an Azamat Magomed, a Bogdan Magomed, a Zhang Magomed. We just missed out. But that's the case with a couple of them. But that's all right. The number 15 guy in the world, Alonzo Manyfield, does not beat Magomed Ankalaev. This just in. All right, but moving on. And now it gets a little bit more fun, does it? Dricus du Plessis, what if he had to fight the number 15 guy in the world at 319? No more Hamzat Chimaev, he pulls out. He might as well anyway. And he had to fight the number 15 guy in the world, Abbas Magomedov. Oh, what does Dricus do to Abbas Magomedov? Damn it. We missed out again. No, I promise, they get fun from now on. Now it's more like brain teaser. We just missed out. Kopylov, look who's number 13 in the world, Reina Dorita. We just missed out on a Reina Dorita matchup, guys. Yeah, but maybe Abbas causes him problems. Not really. Dricus blows Abbas, Supian, Magomedov out of the water. Kadyrov out of the water. Very early doors, I think. Does Dricus? Yeah, but let's move on. Let's move on to welterweight. Now it gets fun. Jack Della Maddalena is obviously the champ, my Perth boy. Imagine he had to fight his number 15 in the world. I'm not sure if he caught it, but he's in the thumbnail. Number 15 in the world belongs to Michael Venom Page. God, that's a fun matchup. MVP versus Jack. Everything we've seen off Jack, he ain't shooting. So it's going to be on the feet. Really tough one. I won't be surprised if you guys go 50-50 here on who you think, just did MVP style then. Wouldn't surprise if you guys go 50-50 on who wins this one. Because obviously MVP style is very effective. There hasn't been a guy that he hasn't made look silly on the feet in the UFC yet. But is Jack the type of guy that just stands there like Sharon Magomedov and lets MVP get off? I don't see Jack freezing up. I reckon he would back MVP up. I could see a world where MVP wins, but I could definitely see a world where Jack just backs him up. I don't see MVP throwing a good fall piece. And also, not saying he would, but Jack could wrestle here. Jack's not a dumb guy. He has wrestling. He did a little bit shoot on Bilal. Not really, but... so I reckon he could wrestle with MVP. But I do actually trust in Jack to push MVP back and beat him on the feet. I don't see... Shara froze up. Kevin Holland kind of froze up. Didn't know what to do. Same with Ian Gary. So there's a chance Jack just... MVP's side-on style and and distance is just too much for Jack, and he can't get off, and MVP stings at him at range. But I would trust Jack, but I wouldn't be surprised if you guys go MVP there. So let me know what you think in the comments below. What do you think? And I actually think that's a cool matchup. Probably the best one we got so far out of all the guys. MVP versus Jack Della, just sitting down at number 15 in the world. That's a fun matchup. 23-3. He's made everyone look silly on the feet. So maybe he makes Jack look silly, but Jack ain't going to stand there and let him do that shit. All right, moving on to Islam Makhachev. He's still the champ. Still the champ until the horn goes. What if he had to fight number 15 in the world? And this one's pretty fun, even though the guy's kind of moving up to welterweight, as they say. But if you go look at the rankings, who's still there? Joel Alvarez. And I know you'd be picking Islam Makhachev. We've seen in Joel's career, he can get taken down. Obviously, a ground and pound TKO to Arman Sarukian. Arman's got a very similar style. Lost to Damir Ismagulov, wrestling again. But I think he is on a run at the moment. Also, he got a pretty bad cut open in the first round. So I do think that hinders him. Like, Islam's not going to open a perfect cut instantly. He's 32. He's on a run. I'd be worried that he couldn't pull something off here. I wouldn't definitely trust in him. God, look at his record. Isn't it fun? Look at this one. Elbows and uppercuts. Standing TKO. You've got to go watch that fight back. It's awesome. Elbows and uppercuts. Bracket standing TKO. So what? He just slaughtered him on the feet? Beat the shit out of him? That's what happened. Yeah, Joel Alvarez is fun as 32. Probably up at welterweight now. But this is a cool one. As you can see, the lightweights over here. Islam. A lot of guys he could have fought. I'm not going to go Grant Dawson or Benoit. Joel Alvarez is still number 15. I reckon he gives Islam a hard run. I'm not saying Islam beats him. But I'm not saying Joel beats him. I'd pick Islam to take him down. Do some work on the ground. But it's scary. I really like Joel Alvarez. And I hope to see him fight a Randy Brown up at welterweight. Or just chuck him straight in there with a Brian Battle. See what happens. I reckon that would be fun. Randy Brown. I'd love to see that. Alvarez, Randy Brown. All right, moving down to the featherweights. Now you're going to like this one. Alexander Volkanovski, the great one. Not a lot of guys in the featherweight division I trust to beat Volk anyways. You can have a little look there. Calvin. Yeah, he's in the thumbnail. Calvin. It's Calvin. What do you think happens in this one? Now, it sucks that, there's a chance he gets clipped. No, obviously not. Obviously, he's not going to get clipped and dropped. But he could. God, it sucks that you just can't blindly trust Volk anymore to just dominate. But you can. Maybe I'm being silly. Lopez hits like a truck. Obviously, he does, do what he wants with... did you hear my dog just then? Does what he wants with Kato. Takes him down when he wants. Not maybe when he wants. Does work with him on the feet. Outstrikes him. 50-45s him. Beats him up. This is an easy one for Volk, but, gosh. I still worry about Volk. I still worry. It sucks that we worry, but... Even though Yair one's a little bit scared. Are you not a little bit scared about the Yair matchup they're apparently doing? Please don't weirdly head kick him. God. Alright, but yeah, Volk gets that one done, of course. Moving on to the bantamweights. Now, this one gets a little bit fun. What if Merab just, hey O'Malley, you're not fighting anymore for the belt? He's fighting number 15. In steps who? Vinicius Lockdog Oliveira. Hey, what do we reckon? A bit of a cool one. I'd go Merab, but damn, that's fun, right? Well, who knows? And I feel like what's making a comeback right now, well, not even a comeback, but making it stamp on the MMA world, is tough guys who don't give a fuck and swing like crazy. Buckley's taken over welterweight. Drickers has stormed the middleweight division and taken it over. Vinicius Oliveira is now toughing his way through everything and swinging like a sped all the way through bantamweight. You almost thought the bantamweights were too technical to let it happen. But this guy is showing you that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about technique, Saeed. Get fucked. Yeah, all right, yeah, Vinicius gets it done. No, I don't think he does. I don't think he does, but I reckon that's a fun matchup. You couldn't count him out. The guy's crazy. And out of all the middleweights, bantamweights, you could have got Montel, Marcus McGee. There's some fun matchups here, but yeah, Vinicius Oliveira versus Merab. I wouldn't say Merab definitely wins, but I'd pick him. And last but not least, you've got little Pantoja here, and I don't know if you guys already caught it, but look who's the number 15 for Pantoja. For Pantoja. Kaya Sakura, the rematch. We're running it back. Who wins out of Pantoja versus Kaya Sakura? No, just kidding. I put Josh Van there. He's number 14, the fearless one himself. I'm not going to run back Kai Sakura. That's a little bit disappointing when I came up with the idea in my brain. And then I went and looked at the rankings and I seen Kai Sakura there. I was like, oh, fuck. Do I change the whole video? When I seen Abbas, Alonso, and Martin Bidet, I was like, damn, that's such a good idea. But I don't have the fodder. Good word there. I don't have the fodder that I needed. I wanted more cool matchups. The MVP kind of saved it because, God, that's fun. But yeah, what would happen if Josh Van fought Pantoja? This one you might not like. I'm picking Josh Van. I reckon Pantoja is at the end of his run. 35. So careless as he runs in, man. So careless. Josh is so elite on the feet. You just cannot teach the eyes that this guy has. I know people won't agree with this one, but I do believe that Joshua Van would beat Pantoja right now. I would pick him to do so if that one got made. Short, great at dealing with takedowns, and he's just got such good eyes and reflexes. The way Pantoja comes in, the carelessness he's running about with these days, nah. I'm picking Josh Van, and we had to have at least one. Now he's crying. You hear that? Now he's crying. But yeah, that's the end of the video. What if, and we're missing out on the girls, because look at them. JJ Aldrich versus Valentina. Zhang Wei Li versus Denise Gomes, like a fun fight, but God, I don't care. Oh wait, that's the pound for pound. Chelsea Chandler versus Pena? Like, what the heck? Obi, you're actually really annoying me, dude. Come on. I'm filming a video. I'm trying to make us rich, dude. So you have a fun doggy house to hang out in, and you don't care. Dude. You're disrespectful. So I'll be telling Mum when she gets home. Anyway, so yeah, that was the video. I thought it was a fun idea. How many champs did I actually pick to lose the belt? Was it just Josh Van? And he wasn't even number 15 in the first place. Calvin obviously doesn't. Joel Alvarez wouldn't. MVP I wouldn't pick. No, none of them do. But still a fun-ass video. Great idea by me. You're welcome for that, guys. Keeping your Monday fun. What if the champion had to fight the number 15 guy in the world right now? All of them got booked against the number 15. Newsflash, none of them win. The champion retains every time. But you can't say that for sure. Like, I'd pick it, but you can't say that for sure. Maybe Vinicius fluke KOs Murad. Josh Van definitely beat Pantoja, sucked in. Joel Alvarez just murks Islam in the first round. He's crazy. Abasipian gasses like, Alonso gets shredded. Martin Bidet gets ruined instantly. But maybe MVP could beat Jack. I will acknowledge that. I'll even acknowledge that, guys. You're welcome. How long did we go for? 12 minutes? All right, good video. You're welcome for that one, guys. Thanks. Well, no, you thank me. Thank me in the comments. And we could do this much more times. Like, what if the champion had to fight their number 10 contender? What if the champion had to fight their number 5 contender? Great idea that I thought of by myself. I thought of this. Fuck off. All right, see you guys. Yeah, I might do this again, like in a couple weeks. What if the champion had to fight the number 10 contender? Yep, great idea. Comment what you thought. How many...